Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting edition of Psychic Sundays Live with your host, the Queen of Booga Booga, Psychic Sally Diane. How are you
I
doing tonight, Sally?
I am doing great, and I hope all of you enjoyed the video leading up into this. That was scenes from around the lake right here in Stratford that the producer spent all day walking around the lake taking this video and piecing it together. So I hope you all enjoyed it. I think he's done a very good job. He made me enlarge the chat so I wouldn't sit here and watch the video. I'll watch it afterwards. It's so good to see you're all here, and I wanted to say Happy Mother's Day to all of you, all mothers of all sorts, whether you're a human mother or a fur baby mother, or I've heard there's even plant mothers. But Happy Mother's Day to everybody. I hope you've had a good one. It's been a beautiful day. And as I said again, I'm happy to see all you here. And I think we need to just get started with it, don't we?
Of course we do.
Okay.
Let's see. Patricia, will I be in a financial position to buy real estate this year?
Okay. Well, Patricia, I'm glad you're thinking about something else. You know, you have to worry if you keep hitting that same note over and over again. Pretty soon it's just going to be like walking around looking at your feet. So, Patricia and real estate, that's a good possibility. You know, you see the what's going on with the markets, and they're starting to crumble a little bit. And when markets crumble, there's deals in the rubble. Okay, so Patricia and real estate. Patricia and real estate. And we'll just look at the northeast, southwest of it, as we usually do. Okay. So you have the tower reversed. So this tells me that right now, you're still in damage control in your life. So they're saying this is where you're at right now. Although I personally think it's good to pick up your head and look at what's ahead. And so do they. They're reminding you you're still in damage control. So, but they are saying that this is probably a good time to start making your plans. When the hanged man shows up, he tells you to be patient, but he also tells you that this is a time to make sacrifices, to think of what you can give. And I'm not thinking about giving a pint of blood as much as I'm thinking about this is a good time for you to start putting a little bit away toward that end. You do have, out of 3 cards, you have 3 major arcana cards. So right now you've got a lot of energy happening in your life. So the hand of the universe, the winds of change are kind of blowing in your favor. So this is a good time for you to ride whatever waves the universe is sending you. In the area of passion, you have the Empress, and the Empress is, well, she's sort of like Mother Nature, but saying that the little seeds that you've started that you have planted are starting to grow. So you're starting to see some maturing in the things that you've nurtured your network in that. So you are getting in a better and better position toward getting some good real estate deals. Because when you say real estate, I'm not thinking about, property that you put a trailer on or anything. Yeah, okay. The final card, last but not least, you have the Page of Pentacles. So this is kind of wait, heal a little bit more, but start putting away and start laying the groundwork. Because they're saying that once fall rolls around, because this has a real fall-ish feel to it, it looks like there is going to be a good deal coming your way. Because the Page of Pentacles, he holds out, pentacles are about of material stuff. And this feels like an offer to be made. So you will be in a position to make an offer, and you will find the right piece of property in the fall. Thank you for asking, and thank you for watching every week.
All right. Well, the next we have High Priestess.
High Priestess, how are you?
She wants to know about a Scorpio.
Oh, out of the frying pan into the fire, girl. Didn't you just shed 180 pounds of unsightly fat? Okay, anyhow. Sorry, my personal opinion. Pick a lock. Let's see what the cards have to say.
What's with you and the fat comments today?
I know, isn't that awful? It's not like I'm not fluffy myself. Okay.
Cotton candy.
like cotton candy. Fluffy and sweet. Okay, so the Scorpio and the High Priestess. Okay. I better cut these in 4 before I get a 1. Okay, so north, east, south, and west. So, Page of Pentacles. What was the question again? What does, future possibility? You've got his attention. The cards are reminding you too. Don't be so anxious to go from one fire to another. They're reminding you just found your freedom. And as much as it's exciting to be, and Scorpios can be real passionate as it is. They're good at stirring up passion. He's noticed you. And so there is that going on there. But this might not be the best time in the world for you to be thinking about marriage, maybe just some fun. Ooh, look at that. There is a lot of passion here. There's a lot of passion here. I worry about you, and the cards worry about you maybe getting serious too quickly. Okay, so there is a lot of passion here. And I think that we have an infatuation happening here. Enjoy it while it lasts, because this is something that will burn itself out. And I'm trying not to be negative, but the cards are saying it's not negative, it's positive. And they're saying that you're going to go through a lot of life changes over the next couple of years. And so this is a good time for you to play the field, just because your heart needs that levity. But also remember that over the next couple of years, you're going to be doing a lot to rebuild your life. And life is going to take you in some pretty amazing places. So with the Scorpio, yeah, he's good for Mr. Now. And he certainly has noticed you. So enjoy.
All right. Well, that was a reading for the High Priestess. Next, we have Lucid Dreams. How does TJ feel about me?
Oh, Lucid Dreams and TJ.
Starfall, we've stopped doing general readings. If you want a question answered, please ask a question.
Yes, please do. I would love to give you a reading, Starfall. And anybody else who would like to get a personal reading with me, you can arrange for it by sending me an email to get a reading online. Or better yet, you can see me in person right here in beautiful Stratford by calling the spa near the tracks at 519-272-1293 and set up an appointment to see Sally Diane, your Queen of Booga Booga, in person. So we're looking at TJ and Lucid Dreams, right? Okay. Be the fella of your dreams. TJ and Lucid Dreams. Ooh. Okay, so when you look at the north and where you are, Lucid Dreams, it does say that you've had some, you're still kind of smarting from previous relationships. So you might be working on trust issues, which is, yeah, and even coming into here, it just keeps saying that you kind of have trust issues. So I think what they're trying to tell you is to just relax and let it build on its own. Because it's kind of like, I think you can trust this guy a lot more than you're used to trusting guys. Yeah, okay. And then you've got the card of misguidance. Let me see what this swords reverse. Okay, so I think you're going to hear a lot of things about TJ. I think that you're being told a lot of things that aren't necessarily true here. So I don't know where you're getting your information, but there's this kind of, I don't think it's him. I think it's those around him. Because TJ himself, I don't get a bad feeling for, but the cards are saying, like there's this idea of, already trying to get over hurt and being given reason to not trust and hurt in this occasion. And I don't think that you really need to worry. I'm going to see what these 3 cards that want to fly out are. Okay, so good, good, good. The cards are saying, why don't you just give it a couple of months? Give it a little while more. Know that whatever information you're getting on him right now, or whatever vibes you're getting on right now, aren't really fair. But it's saying, 2 or 3, give it 2 or 3 months, because this is a situation that's still quite fluid. And maybe both of you are working out issues on your own side, because it feels like there's so much baggage around here that's hard to sort it out. And yet what they're showing me is that it's turning around. This is something that's evolving. So they're saying give it time. And know that some of the hurt you feel is based on previous experience, not on this person. So just relax and enjoy the moment, and don't believe the gossip that you hear. Okay, and thank you for tuning in. Who's next?
Next,
happy
we have
Mother's Day.
Oracle readings. Who wants to know what's going on for us here in Canada?
Okay, and like I was starting to say, happy Mother's Day, High Priestess. Thank you for that. And just what's going on here in Canada?
Here in Canada, yes.
Oh yeah, we've got an election coming up that absolutely nobody is enthusiastic about. It's kind of like going into the grocery store and asking which brand of oatmeal you want. Okay, but let's take a look at our beautiful Canada. And I'm just going to do, you know what? Why don't I do the directional spread for Canada? Directional spread for Canada. The grounding, messages, the passion, and where we're going. So who we are. Okay, so, oh yes. So first and foremost, we're still reeling from the past 3 years. So basically, it feels like pretty much, well, all sectors have taken a hit here. So everybody's in a healing mode. Everybody's in an adjustment mode. Everybody feels uncertain right now. And then you've got the Tower reverse. And the Tower reverse, I really think that's the Ukraine. It's reversed because it's removed from us, but it still impacts us heavily. And I don't know whether anybody else read this, but Trudeau actually made a trip to Ukraine. And it's a hard situation. And it's one that we have to take a stand on, that we're still deciding where we stand in that situation. I mean, of course, we're for the Ukrainian people, but what do we have to give, and what can we give? Our passion, the Knight of Swords reversed. We've always kind of been the peacekeepers, and I think that right now the world is basically pushing the West to move forward. There's pressure to get more involved. And I don't think, I think that we're not sure how we feel about that. And then where it's headed, the Knight of Cups. Okay, so Canada's going to have a rough year. Undoubtedly, it's going to have a rough year. And the hardest part is, as members of NATO, what part do we play in the world conflict, in this particular conflict, especially when everybody else is healing? and we're kind of trying to heal everything at once here. So it makes it a difficult year and kind of a little all over the map. So I think that you're going to find the indicators not really giving a true reflection of what's going on. But when we get into the next year, the next cycle, we show up as being the Knight of Cups, which is, this is what we truly are. You know, we're the Mounties, we're the peacekeepers, we're the ones who offer aid. You know, we're the open doors on 9/11. We're the open hospital beds during World War II. We took in a lot of people all across the country during that time. To offer peace and assistance. That's where we're happiest. And we are going to be able to fall back into that role of the world's peacekeeper, of the, of the polite, the polite neighbor that we've always been seen as. But I think that this year you are going to see Canada going through a lot of difficult adjustments. Okay, and thank you so much for asking Divine Angel Readings. It's always nice to see you. And now Chris from Divine Angel Readings had participated in a native event on Friday, and I just saw pictures of it before the show, and it looked like it was a pretty exciting thing. I hope you can visit his website, Haunting Live Podcast, I'm sure, to find out more about it. Okay, so
you know what else is exciting?
Me?
No, Kyla has a new boyfriend named Vince.
Ooh.
Let's tell her about him.
Ooh, okay. Kyla and Vince. Well, that's kind of a macho name, Vince. Let's see. And I do have other cards here. If you would prefer that I read with the different cards, I have my Scapini deck and my Tarot for Children and the Lenormand, and I also have the playing cards if you prefer any of those. Oh, ooh, look at the first card, the Lovers. That's the grounding. This is something that there's a lot of passion there, and there's this feeling that it's blessed. I think that's too new, it's too fresh, it's too tender to be talking about forever, but both of your hearts are whispering that. That's cool. You're just in that right spot, where you haven't said I love you yet, and it's just like the moment before you open a present is always the best. You're in the best spot right now. Make it last. Okay, so where you're coming in, you have the Emperor. I want to move on just to get a little bit of a better beat on that. Okay, so that's what I thought. When you're coming into this particular phase of your life, it looks like you're coming out of a controlling situation. Because just like when I saw the Emperor, kind of felt cold. I kind of felt like, well, I really don't want to go down that alley again. So you want somebody that's strong, but you want something balanced. And it seems like you really don't want to be with somebody controlling. You don't want to be with somebody that's always a pushback to be yourself. But you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry. There is that part of you that has been in controlling gaslight situations before. And so you're kind of worried about that. And I think that has to do with, he's kind of got a cocky attitude that's sexy, but also sometimes the guys with cocky attitudes are the controlling ones. I don't see that in him. But I do see that you have had a history of attracting controlling fellows, so you're kind of worried about that. You always have one eye out for them to do just that one thing. And when I look ahead, you've got, this is temptation, but it's about the temptation to fall into old ways and old habits. And the idea behind this is that instead of giving in to the temptations around you, the best, most productive thing you can do is open up your eyes and look at the situation really in front of you. So don't be pulled into old hurts or anything like that. I really think this is a very powerful card that started out with the Lovers. And I think that you can be open with him. And if you're worried about him being controlling, then stand up to him the first time he shows any inkling of it. I think you'll find that he'll back right down. So there's good potential here. There really is. Let's see where you're at in August. Because it seems like that's the time when the relationship really starts moving forward. So enjoy the summer. Might have something a little bit more long lasting than that.
All right, next we have Bubbles, who's looking for love in 2022.
Ooh, love for Bubbles. Okay. Just one more shuffle there. And love for Bubbles. Is that good for the camera right there? Okie dokie. Oh, yeah, I see. Oh. Aw. Yeah, love hasn't been easy to come by. That's interesting. This is basically telling me that there's been hurt in your childhood. So I think that kids are such jerks. And when kids are mean to you in high school, and I can relate to this because I've been in that position, sometimes the mean things that the mean kids say to you in high school kind of follow you for life. And I think that you might have something like that because it feels like when you were young, somebody made you feel unlovable. Having said that, and I have to share that with you because that's what the cards say, when we look forward, you are going to get a chance. You've got the Page of Pentacles here, and the Page of Pentacles is holding something real. So there is a love connection coming to you this year, and this is something that you can trust. Yeah, when you look forward, you've got two. The number 2, love. Okay, so even though love has been elusive in the past, the things that people have told you in the past aren't necessarily true about you. You are worthy of love. Love is coming your way. Embrace it when it comes. And know that when you look ahead, you've got the 2 of Wands, which means that's you and somebody together facing the world together. So you're going to find somebody that's a kind of a balanced relationship that you can think about doing things with,
All right, well, next we have Penny Lane, but before we get to her, Sonia and Lonette, please ask a question because there's so many of you now, we can't do general readings anymore. Sally talks too long.
I'm a real talker.
Penny Lane wants to know about how much money she's going to have to pay in rent for the next place.
Oh, yeah. Oh, oof. Well, I know rent's tough. It's going up so fast. Penny Lane and the rent. And that one, I'm just going to put out 3 cards on that. Wow. Okay, so it's not really giving me numbers. Giving me a story. It's you know, when you get the King of Swords kind of talks about a rude awakening. So what's ever gotten you in this position started out with a rude awakening, and you having to find a place on your own, but not sure, which is probably where you're at right now. Because of course you ask how much the next place is going to cost, so you're just not sure about anything. You're not sure actually the next step forward, and that's reflected in the page of Pentacles. Because right now you're looking at wondering if you can even afford. Yeah, I think you might be looking at $1,400. I am sorry to say that, and I just say that because what they're telling me is it's $400 over what you figured your budget was. But you can do this. You can do this. You can do this. And it puts you in a better position, even though it's makes the money a lot tighter. It puts you in a better position life wise. So in the process here, you are regaining control of your life. So there you go.
All right. Well, Sonia has come back with your guide messages.
Ooh.
Woo! Pull out the runes for her.
Oh yes. Okay. So I'm gonna let's just work with the runes for a little bit here.
Oh, I think I forgot to turn my mic on that last one. All right. Sonia is looking for spirit guide messages.
Okay, and so we're going to just reach into the rune bag and see what. Oh, that feels about right. Okay, so this Hagalis talks about it's a bad luck kind of thing. It's it's considered the rune of the past, but it's disruption. It's hail, and it's right next to Answers, which is family ancestry. So you've still got this ongoing storm in your family that keeps showing up in your readings, and the best thing you can do is put it aside. There really isn't anything you can do, and we've had so many conversations about that. But then you look at the rest of it, you're reminded that you're strong and you're well respected and you're actually in a good position to move forward. Because you have Uruz, which is the wild ox, and you have Tiwas, which is the god of justice and truth. But it is saying that you will move forward. You will get the advances that you deserve, that you've been working for, that you deserve and you've been working for. So you have Jairus, you've got harvest. So this is the rewards of your labors. So what they're basically saying is that work goes well, and sorry that family's always the same old thing, but it's just always going to be the same old thing, and you can't let it get your blood pressure up because it won't change anything. But work-wise, you're well respected, and you are you are well positioned to move forward well. Use the word well twice there.
Yes, you did.
Ugh.
Yes, you did.
Redundancy. Okay, before we move on, I want to say a big thank you. I saw one of my clients, Debbie, this week, and the last time I'd seen her, she had a handful of crystals, and she asked me to pick 7. And so I picked 7, and she used them to make this pyramid. And I know it doesn't show up very well, but it's full of glitter. So it's glittery, and it's got 7 little crystals right at the top. And I just thought it was so awesome of her to make something for me that special. And oh, yes. And Debbie's a very creative soul. She also made those turquoise and coral pictures with the buttons in them, because how much your queen loves buttons. Okay, so that was very nice. Thank you, Debbie. I really love that.
All righty then.
All right, so who's next?
Next, we have Abby, who wants to know about the present
Okay,
because she's not in it.
Abby wants to know about the present.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, apparently she's not present. That is.
okay, so let's see where you are at. Where is Debbie at right now? Okay, interesting. This is the first time I've ever seen them land on their side like this. And the one that landed on the side was a wild ox, which is, it talks about strength. It talks about being healthy. It talks about being stubborn. And just the energy that comes off of it. Like this one that is up here, that's Ingus, and that's Ken. So that talks about your family. And I have a feeling that as I turn these over, it's going to be different areas of your life. But this one right here is saying this is a time for you to stand strong. So basically, the runes are saying this is a time for you to make your stand, whatever that may be. And the very first thing you make your stand against, with whom you make your stand, is your family. And I was reluctant to use the word against because it just sounds so negative. But, you know, it feels like you're going to have to stand up to them in a big way. And then we have Rytho, Cart, things moving forward for you. The rune of the hunter, I was. So that's going after what you want, pursuing what you want. Nothas, providing for the needs of the future. And Gebu. Okay, so the biggest stand you need to make is against your family, against those close to you, to stand on your own 2 feet and let them know that you're strong and let your voice be heard. It says this is a year for you to move ahead. This is time for you to get your life moving forward. You've got Rytho, which is cart, and you have Iwaz, which is spear. So that's the rune of the hunter. So this says start moving forward, get active, go pursue what you want. And this Nothus, which is provide for the needs of the future, instead of thinking about somebody else's future, think about your own future and start planning for it. Because at the end of your trail, when the present becomes the future, there are gifts and blessings that the universe will bestow upon you. So this is a time for you to be strong, make your stand, and move forward with your own truth and go after pursue what you want, and plan for your future and for your success. So that is the messages from the runes about the present. Thank you for tuning in.
All right, our next question comes from Lydia. Lydia's looking for someone special to love.
Lydia. Anyhow. Lydia and love. And as you can see, I've moved to the runes, and I'm kind of enjoying using the runes. I got them a new bag, that green bag. It goes along with my nails. See, I went to Oz and got the manicure. It got the Emerald City manicure. Okay. Anyhow, I'm just telling the story. Lydia and love. Oh yeah, that feels right. Okay, so this is a good time for you in love. You've got right at the base of it, you have Fehu. So you're entering a very productive time of your life. And these two, the thing that these two have in common, you have Ansus, which is ancestral God, and you have Algiz, which is the world tree, and they both talk about getting in touch with the spiritual side of ourselves and the spiritual side of our surroundings and our situation. So this talks about finding somebody, finding a blessing, and finding something balanced and blessed. Isa, interesting. Wow. Okay, so just the way these are, it says that, you know, when Fehu shows up, it expects you to do some of the work yourself. And when I see Isa, the thing that works against you in love is that you tend to be a little shy. You're not the sort that's going to approach somebody because you feel awkward doing that. And this is time for you to put on your lipstick and your mascara and make eye contact and smile. That's actually an approach. You don't have to walk over with your hand out and go, "Hi, I'm Lydia." Just kind of catch somebody's eye, and when you catch somebody's eye, smile. And just hold that eye contact for a few seconds. Don't stare at them or anything. Just a few seconds, stare, smile. And that's kind of a way of saying, "Come and talk to me." And so that makes it inviting. And that can be an icebreaker. Because you go from ice to fire. So all it takes is a little judicious application of the art of flirtation for you to light a fire. So yes, love is around you. It's just up to you to light the fire. And thank you so much for asking. Oops.
Okay, next we All right, Haunting Live was about next weekend's show.
Ooh.
Vendor show.
Oh, that's exciting.
Will this one be better than the last one? Oh, I forgot to turn my microphone on again. All right, let's try this again. Haunting Live wants to know whether the next Sunday's vendor show will be better than the last one.
Okay, so next Sunday's vendor show. Well, I always worry when I see this, because this is kind of that idea of there's disruption and hail. But these ones right here are really good, because it starts out with Fayhue, and also you have Mana's, which is a hug room, which means that it's two-way successful. So it's successful for the venue, it's successful for the vendors. Yeah, and you have Jera, which we two-way success. So on the base of it, it looks like it's going to be a good show. But then you have that. I wonder what the disruption is. Ooh, the hand of fate. I worry about power interruptions and storms here. I think that this is literally a storm, because it almost feels like Mother Nature works against you on one of the days. So one of the days might be stormy one of the days might be stormy. But yeah, it's a blessing. And there's this idea of kin. So you're with like-minded people, family. So I think that the group of vendors there are a bit of a family that you guys are forming there. That's nice. But yeah, it should be a little bit better.
Okay, who is next?
Bring candles.
Bring candles.
Yeah, I think there's going to be power outages there. There's some
boy.
sort of disruption.
Wow. Ava says you're fluffy.
Am I? Fluffy's nice. I can
All right,
fluffy
wave
like a
killer.
marshmallow.
Wave killer. Hi. Lost your screen.
Oh, I
Wave
did.
Killer wants to know whether Chris hates Wave Killer or find annoying.
Wait.
You lost track?
I did.
She's scrolling through the chat.
Wow. Does Chris hate me or find me annoying?
Yeah.
He could if you work at it hard enough. Okay. Anyhow. Happy Mother's Day, Kelly. Happy Mother's Day, Wave Killer. Okay, so, and Jana, you have to ask me a specific question. Okay, so does Chris hate you? Oh boy, there's so much between the past and the future here. But at the base of it, you've got this idea of harvest and Jera. So I'm not sure that you're his issue. I really don't think you're his issue. He does have issues, though. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think he hates you, but I'm wondering, when I'm looking at what he's dealing with over this last little bit, I'm telling you, it reads like baby mama drama. I think that he's just, I don't think he hates you, but I think he's distracted by another situation in his life. Because when you remove this drama that he's dealing with, you're just fine. It's a relationship that it's kind of like a seed that's been planted. It's a relationship that has potential, and there's this idea that that it becomes something better in the future. And when you look where it's headed, you've got Othello, which is homeland, and Suela, which is sun, which is bright. So the relationship itself is okay, but he's got something going on here, and I just don't think it has anything to do with you. Like I said, it feels like baby mama drama.
Okay, and next we have Trudy, who answered her own question. Trudy, if you're not making money at your job, of course you should change it.
Well, you never know, because sometimes it's not just about making money. That's why you got nuns and priests. They don't make any money.
She ended that with an exclamation point.
I'm not making any money.
It's the money.
Yeah. Well, how about we look at it this way, Trudy?
How's
what's
work?
What's your best strategy? Look at strategy for you. Your best strategy. Because there's a certain strategy about finding a new job, and this is definitely time to look for one. Yeah, because it's saying it is saying that in your field, you're strong. This is time for you to get active, and there's a reminder that you know people. So there's more than just your boss that can recommend you. So yeah, this is the time for you to get active and look for the possibilities out there, because you've got support right now and you're strong. And here you've got Jera, so it looks like there's already people in your field who would hire you in a second if they knew you were available, if they knew you were on the market. Whoever's telling you that there's nothing to be had, no matter how hard you look, they're not telling you the truth. There is stuff to be had. This is time. This is definitely time to start looking. This is definitely time for you to get your ducks in a row. Yeah. Yes, you should definitely change jobs. Yes. And this one kind of flew out, and this is a reminder that what you're looking for a job, more than just making money, is that idea of cooperation. You want to feel that what you do in a job, you don't want to feel like a robot. You want to feel like you're a part of something, and that your contribution, the contributions of those around you, is something where the whole exceeds the sum of the parts. And you can actually find a place that has that synergy. Just start looking.
Okay. If you would like a reading from Sally in person, head on down to the Spawnator Tracks. That's on 20 Cooper Street in Stratford, Ontario. But first, give them a call to make that appointment at 519-272-1293. And if you'd like to get a reading from Sally virtually, send her an email, queenofboogabooga@gmail.com. Next, we have, hey, you know what? Let's do crystal therapy cards. Pick a card.
Yes. Okay.
Straighten that out.
Yeah. Tell me to get my act together. Okay. Crystal therapy cards.
So Sally pulls 3 cards, and you pick one ahead of time. And that's your reading for the week.
Okay. So we have card number 1, card number 2, card number 3. So which one did you pick? Did you pick card number 1? Did you pick card number 2? Or did you pick card number 3? You picked card number 1. Your crystal for the week is the garnet, the lovely garnet. Stone of the river. It says stimulate, and I can see that because garnet there's some fire to it because it's red, so it's really energizing. So it does say that this is a week that you'll be energized. Also, garnet's a good stone for it's not just a good stone for business, it's a good stone for anti-theft. So this might be a good week for you to keep your eyes open. keep your eyes peeled, because this is a good week for you to catch someone doing something they shouldn't be doing. Other than that, Garnet says, focus on business and success. Did you pick card number 2? Well, if you pick card number 2, then your crystal for the week is malachite. Oh, lovely malachite. I love malachite. It's got both this creativity and this energy to it, and it's also very grounding. It's a good writer stone, and it says empower, and I will add to that create. This is a week to tell your story. This is a week to be creative and let the world see your creative side. Did you pick card number 3? Well, if you pick card number 3, then your crystal for this week is ground. And I know you're saying, oh, that's not a crystal. And it's not, but it is a very, very, very important process. Sometimes we forget to ground. We forget to just stop and take a breath and realize where we are in the universe. Sometimes we take little things way too seriously. Sometimes we lose perspective. Sometimes we forget that the biggest blessing of all is air and gravity. And so this is a week for you to just stop, take a deep breath, and meditate on what is around you. Don't let yourself be upset or led astray, or, sometimes when people try and get you upset, it's to trick you into doing something, basically, or taking a misstep. So this is a week for you to remain calm and keep things in perspective. Okay, so thank you for taking part in my 1, 2, 3. I love doing that every week because I'd love to be able to give all of you a reading, but I usually end up out of time. Well, anyhow.
And out of energy.
Well,
Ready for the next one?
Yes, I am.
Are you sure?
Yes. Well, I'm a little bit more energized this week because I was taking my puffer before the show. And I realized that the puffer makes me tired. So I'm waiting until after the show to take my puffer. Then I'll get tired on you. Fall asleep on the couch just like the rest of us do.
Like every other day.
Like every other day.
Uh-huh. Okay, next we have Kelly, who wants to know about the step monster.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one for the runes.
Yeah.
The runes might be a little impatient with you.
Dad's died, and step monster is being, step monster. And Kelly wants to know what's going on with the stuff. What's been disposed of? What's been hidden?
It's just tough, and it's one of those things where if I was to look at through Step Monster's point of view, it'd be an entirely different story, but we're not. We're looking at it through Kelly's point of view, and let's see. She is being stubborn, but I think that those around her and those who basically loved both of them it's kind of like there's somebody being the voice of reason. So someone in her family's telling her to be a little bit more reasonable. Yeah, so that whole move on with it. So I think that she's going to let up on some of the stubbornness at the encouragement of those around her. Yeah, because basically she can hold you up. She can hold this all up. But as long as she's holding it up, then she doesn't get anything either. So right now, I think that she might just be stalling because she doesn't know what to do next, really. But she is going to be encouraged to quit being stubborn, to let go, and let the whole process happen as your father wished.
Next, we have Starfall. Looking for love. What is coming up for Starfall in love?
Ooh.
Not who, but what?
Well, okay, you've still got some issues to deal with, because the first two things that come is saying that you're almost ready for love, but you still got a few details to work out. You not finalized and cut final ties, because it just feels like there's a few details that need to be worked, but to be taken care of before you're actually fully ready to go forward. However, these two right here are very powerful, and it talks about growth and prosperity and the unknown, the unseen. So it talks about a bit of a turn of luck, and it feels like it's in the time of harvest. So we're looking at August, September. So you only have a couple more months to do the rest of your healing. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so you think that I'm full of it when I tell you you've got something to resolve, but in the not too distant future, when I say not too distant future, I mean within the next month or so, you're kind of going to get some rapid changes on the home front. It's like you're going to go through day and night changes, and it feels like changes of where you live and where you call home and where you put down your roots. So life is about ready to uproot you majorly. And that's part of your healing process. But as soon as you're uprooted, boom, love comes and finds you. So love finds you at kind of when your life is the most turbulent. Ooh, oh. And it's good love. When you see these two runes together, if you look at this rune, you'll notice that this rune is actually two of this rune. And this one is joy and success. It's Wunjo. And this one is manas, and sometimes called the hug rune, but it is about the win-win situation. So be prepared for life to turn you upside down and put you right into a win-win situation.
Yeah, you know what else you can put right in? Those rooms in that bag and put it away.
He's had enough with the noise.
No, it's not the noise. There's too many for you to read, and we're getting short on time here.
Ooh, okay.
Insanity Rose wants to know about Karen and her feelings.
Okay. And I'm just switching over to my Friends of Scapini deck. And we're looking at Karen for Infinity Rose. Did I read that right? Asking about a Karen. She is.
Yep.
All right. Well, good luck with that. But let's see. Infinity Rose and Karen. Sorry, Karen's probably getting tired of that joke. I know if my name was Karen, I'd be tired of it. Okay, so Infinity Rose, darling Karen. All right. And 3 cards. Okay, so it starts out with High Priestess, which is a really strong card, and it talks about deep feelings coming through. Deep feelings, it feels like there's this healing aspect, because the Ten of Swords is turned upside down. When when swords turned upside down, it's kind of like the knives being removed. And so it feels like you're getting into a very healing kind of phase in your life, okay, and in this relationship. So she's healing, but she feels better around you. I think that's a way to put it. She's got her hurts, she's getting over them, but she is healing. But when she's around you, she feels calm and at peace, and she feels better about everything. So you make everything better. That's nice.
Okay, next we have Jana.
Hi, Jana.
Does my mom have anything to say to me?
Oh, yes, a spirit message.
Yep.
And I am just going to let the tarot cards tell us. And we're just going to do 3 quick cards about Jana's mother. Although one thing is she says she's around you a lot, and there's this comforting feeling around her. So she's kind of telling you that when you're sad, she's always there to comfort you. She's always a little closer to you then. So maybe you've been sad a little bit more lately. There you go, the five of swords. Boy, there's a lot of swords, and that does talk about healing and what have you. She's reminding you that people can be mean. People can, and I think that she's talking about those close to you. I think that you might have an uneasy relationship happening here because she's kind of offering comfort to you and basically telling you that maybe it's, if you are feeling uncomfortable around somebody, this is a time for you to take a step back. She also says that she loves you, and if you want to talk to her, put a white candle next to her picture, because she says she's open to invitation. So she does want to talk to you, and she does want to be around you.
All right. Next we have Suzanne.
Hi, Suzanne. Happy Mother's Day.
Suzanne wants to know about work.
Well, of course she does.
Of course, it must be a Sunday. Hi, Ernie, if you're watching.
Yes. Okay. Okay, so. And Suzanne and work. I have to laugh at this one, because I know that you could be a passionate person, and there are those around you who are passionate too. When this card came up, the very first thing it said to me is, she's right. There's such a thing as being dead right, but there's a situation at work where someone else is wrong and you're right, and this is a point of debate. So something that you've said was going to happen is going to happen. So basically, the situation in and of itself is going to prove you right. King of Cups reversed. Yeah, be careful about how you're right. Don't brag too much. Don't smile too much, because it is saying that even though you come out ahead early in the week, how you respond to a situation where where you could be the bully, the fact that you're not the bully and you show compassion bodes well for you, because it's saying that higher management is keeping an eye on what's going on. I think you're in a place that there's a lot of shifting situations happening. And as always, they're always willing to, they keep offering you a little opportunity, a little opportunity, a little opportunity. And it's like a breadcrumb trail that they're putting you more and more ahead. So you are going to get an offer. Remember to be kind and compassionate, even when you're right this week. That's the good strategy for you. Okay.
Mary Ann wants messages from her higher self.
Okay, so what does Miriam's higher self have to say to her?
Learn how to listen. They tell her that all the time.
No, with the higher self, it's a matter of, if you want to talk to your higher self, and if you want your higher self to talk to you, you need to treat your inner child with care. Because every time you say something self-abnegating, every time you talk against yourself or do something that's not in your best interest, you're actually attacking your inner child. So most of us have these inner children who are in a fetal position in a corner because we're always saying bad things about ourselves or believing bad things about ourselves. So take good care of your inner child, because your inner child is the one that speaks to the higher self. Whoops. Oh, look at that. So you have the Chariot, which is your first message from your higher self. And the Chariot is kind of says, get a handle on a situation and move forward. So whatever you're sitting on a fence about and whatever you're dithering about and changing your mind every 2 seconds, choose a freaking direction and go in that direction and don't look back. A bad decision is better than indecision. And I think your guides might be getting a little impatient with you on that. 6 of Wands, 7 of Coins, 5 of Coins. Okay, so it says that this is definitely time for you to move forward and get active on your life. Whatever you're sitting on the fence about, get a move on. They're saying, don't wait until you've got the money, because you'll never have all the money that you need. Move forward and deal with situations as they come up. Okay, so that's the message from your higher selves.
And just a reminder, folks, all readings are for entertainment purposes only. If you take this serious, you're the only one.
That's one.
What?
I take myself seriously.
I mean the readings.
I take my readings seriously.
I guess I'm just a joker then. Ha ha.
Oh, you're so much more than that, my darling.
Yeah. Cook, chauffeur.
I love you, baby.
Banker.
I love you.
Laundry mart.
I love you.
Oh, I lost my place again. Gem Girl wants to know about a Scorpio interest.
Okay. Your Scorpio interest, and the Hermit came flying out. And Hermit's usually a Virgo card, but I think that Scorpio, it can be that way too. Scorpios he feels like he's a little hard to get to know. Let's pull 3 cards on that. See what else we can meet out there. Well, the first thing the cards say is that Scorpio isn't the only one you're looking at. But your life is coming into balance. You're at a point in your life where you it's kind of like you're ready to do it for real. Well, let me put it to you this way. The best way to win a game of tug of war is to let go of the rope. And the best way to get Scorpio's attention is to not pay attention to him. That 5 of Wands is definitely saying play hard to get. And you don't play hard to get by telling them you're hard to get. You play hard to get by making them wait 5 days to hear from you. So give the Scorpio a little bit of that. He might find you a little bit more fascinating if you're mysterious. Yeah.
Brother Cree Chris wants to lose another 15 pounds. How long is that going to take?
Oh, congratulations.
Bikini season's around the corner.
Oh, my goodness. All right, so. I'm pretty sure that's a matter that's in your court. I've actually had somebody tell me, never look at the question of weight, because that's sort of a voluntary thing. So I'm really doing a bad thing here by even. They're reminding you, watch what you eat and watch what you drink. And I think that you need to cut down on the carbs a little bit if you want to lose 15 pounds as quickly as you want to, because I know you've lost a lot, but you're starting to plateau out a bit because they're saying cut out the carbs. Oh, yeah, but you can do it in time for July. Yeah. And they're also saying that you should run a bit. but good on you. Actually, they're saying cut down the carbs to lose the 15 pounds, which you'll lose 5 pounds at a time that way. If you cut the carbs out, you'll lose 5 pounds in May, 5 pounds in June, 5 pounds in July. That's 15 pounds, and you can add another 7 pounds to that if you start running.
And like I said before, all readings are for entertainment purposes only. Okay, we got any left here?
Okay.
Okay, Fairy Wish wants to know what Auntie's intentions are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What is Auntie's intentions? Okay. Let's do northeast southwest. Okay. Well, that pretty much so says it. Okay, so you've got mostly good cards here. I think that this coming into it, you've got the Ten of Wands reversed. So the Ten of Wands reversed kind of, is kind of a letting go of responsibilities, a letting go of burdens. And so it feels like as we're coming into this, there's this letting go of expectations, which can be freeing. Because when I'm looking at what's happening here, and this is what's happening right now, where he sees you as a strong contender for the one. So that's part of his intentions. His intentions with you is long term, because we see where it ends up in front of the Pope, which is seeing the preacher. This is the society card. It is in this particular case, it very much is about marriage. So his intention for you, he sees you as a strong contender for a future wife.
Wow, look at that. Wedding bells are in the future for Fairy Wish. I hope you're happy with that, Fairy Wish. In case you're not, all readings are for entertainment purposes only.
Oh, mm.
Well, you know what?
It's time for my puffer.
That was the last reading, the last question.
Was it?
Yes, no more questions.
Oh, it's so wonderful to see you guys week after week. Thank you for coming back again. Thank you for asking questions. You guys are all so special to me, and I look forward to this. I really sincerely mean it when I say this is my favorite hour of the week. I look forward to seeing you guys next week. Please tell your friends about me, and if you want a reading with me, give me a call at 519, well, give the spot near the tracks a call at 519-272-1293, or I can do a reading online, and just send me an email at thequeenofoogaboga@gmail.com. And I have felt a little like the lonely guy with the email because I haven't been hearing from you guys. But I'll tell you what, if you send me your question in advance, I'll read it first on the show. So send me an email, ask me your questions, and I'll see you guys next week. Have a great week.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.